Hey, Chakra King Black. Hey, Triple Darkness Resurrected. Hey, J Truth. How y'all doing today? Happy Thursday. Is it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. Hey, Tanya. French Toast. Miss Lady. Thank you guys so much for joining me on today. I just want to hop on real fast. Hey, Memphis T, Miss Jones, L. Preston, Miss VB. Hey, Monroe. Hey, Sean Wallace, Eric Miller. How y'all doing today? Would you guys mind please hitting the like button on your way in the door? I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, Stephanie Harden. Okay, so guys, I want to hop on real fast and hey, Madeline Jones had a quick conversation. Um, so I got a message in my y'all know when I've been coming on sporadically, right? I'll listen to all that. So I found out about hey Miss B, Anthony Dixon, all the stuff that went on last night with the pull up of Cookie pulling up to the ZX guy's house and the all of this and the all of that. I went to Tracy's video and I saw the video and I listened to a little bit of commentary, and all of this and all of that. And I wanted to just, just kind of give some, try to give, just give my commentary on it. Hey, Paul Graves, how you doing? You know what I mean? And this is no disrespect to anybody. And maybe, hey, how you doing, Jessica B? Maybe there's somebody listening, might get something out of it. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. And this is just like I said, this is just my commentary. You guys know that, I don't want to see anybody get hurt over this YouTube stuff, right? Hey, Trey, it ain't never got to be that deep. You should not internalize this. We are all adults. For instance, the stuff that went on yesterday between Cookie and the ZX, all of these people are older. I think Cookie said she was like 48. She got grandkids. I don't know how old that man is. But clearly he's older. Ain't nobody in their 20s or teens, right? And so, let me just start by saying I went to Tracy's video and hey, just net Black Beauty. I went to Tracy's video and I watched the video and I was really taken aback, honestly. And I saw Cookie, and Cookie is my girl, and I love Cookie to death. Cookie is very pretty. I don't know why she wasting her time on this nonsense like this. And this is why I want to talk about trauma triggers, right? Very pretty. She looks real cute. At 4 o'clock in the morning, child, I am not looking that cute at 4 o'clock in the morning. I am in my gown. I got my bonnet on my head, and I am asleep at 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay, I'm not unless one of my babies needs some help. Okay, I'm asleep. Trust and believe. Y'all, please hit the like button. I've been in and out of the sector, and I don't know these people. So I just listen to. Yeah, well, the only one that I don't know anybody personally. I mean, just as far as having the only person that I've had in this situation any really type of camaraderie with is Cookie. You see what I'm saying? And she's a really cool person. She's a really loyal person. She's a really passionate person. And but everybody has to. I don't think that sometimes people realize that they may have trauma triggers. You know what I mean? I have been to therapy. Like I got a quick temper, and it used to be really bad when I was younger, right? And but I had to go to therapy to realize that I had certain type of trauma triggers, right? Everybody has some type of trauma, and the trauma can be triggered, right? And so, but I think a lot of people may not realize that, and we all of us, every human being on the planet, hate information, has some type of trauma that they have to deal with. It's just different levels of trauma. Or you may have been in an accident. It could cause you to have some type of trauma or some type of PTSD. And you could use. I'm gonna use a trauma and PTSD interchangeably, right? And certain you can go, you can be going on about your day, about your world, about your life, and you'll run upon something, you'll come upon something, or you'll hear something, and you can be triggered, right? And so I think that is a lot of what's going on YouTube right now, right? And so, like I said, I saw the video, I was disturbed. I saw and if I haven't seen Teresa's video, go look at it because she got a video of Cookie, not ringing the doorbell of this man's door, and him eventually coming to the door with a gun, okay, with a gun, okay, maybe a S, uh, and she appeared to be by herself. I didn't see her brandish a weapon, but I did see him brandish a weapon. Why I don't know, cause it's a whole female. Hey, Nikki, baby. And but that's neither here nor there. You can't tell nobody how to act at their house. I respect that because you can't tell me how to act at my house. And so yeah, okay. Like I said, this is just my commentary. And so I heard some audio. He appeared to be speaking, very reckless to her, you know. But sometimes if you don't start nothing, it won't be nothing. And I have learned if you don't start nothing, it won't be nothing because that is a trauma trigger for me. The amp and the voice and the like if you're in front of me, not on you know the internet or whatever. When I was younger, I don't like the amp. I don't like the amp and the voice even to this day, and I'm not going to be disrespected. You see what I'm saying? In my real life now, I don't have no control and I don't care about what nobody say on the internet because I am not moved because you are on the internet. I am not invested. I've worked with mentally ill people when I was in my career, and I have been called everything and including a child of God. Okay? I done been called racist comments. People have threatened to throw feces on me, spit in my face. Thank you, True Black, for the super sticker. All of that, you have to deal with all of that. Threatened to, lay hands on me. Then all of this you have to encounter. I worked in a homeless shelter, counseling alcohol and drug addicts for many years, and you get all types of threats. You know what I mean? So I got a thick skin. The words that ain't phasing me. Okay, that's not phasing me. I don't. That's not my thing, right? So anyway, let me read this. Monroe said, I have a very quick temper as well. Yeah, but I always have to remember that my mom always said trouble is easy to get into, but hard to get out of. Ain't that the truth? I think about that before I act. You're absolutely right, Monroe. You know what I mean? Like I said, I didn't want. I when I realized that I wasn't a child no more, and I realized that if I get into trouble, I can lose everything. That is when I went to therapy. Okay, because I'm an adult at this point. I ain't got time to be popping off with you. This ain't high school. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to run up on you and we throw hands. I'm too pretty for that. And I mean, now later, that's not even the issue. I'm talking about when I was younger. It took me forever to realize that, but no. By the time I no transitioned all the way into adulthood, just no. But anyway, moving right along. And so anyway, um, but what I was saying was, I think that people are being triggered. And do we know there's a lot of mental illness running around on here on these YouTube streets, right? And you can, before you get too invested in the situation, and we done seen a lot of ratchet stuff. See, this is why I don't do that. And I'm not judging nobody, but I don't feel like I can use my words and I can properly articulate my stance, right? If you get so invested to the point to where you actually want to pull up at somebody's house because of something you done heard on the internet or something somebody done said about you, all you gotta do is log off. All you got to do is log off of your device. Take your mental health break. You know what I mean? Now, for me, every time I get on YouTube, I know that I'm gonna get me a Google check, right? I'm gonna get me a Google check. That's just point blank, period, right? And even though I'm gonna get a Google check, I have gotten so irritated because real life is going on. I'm more worried about a global pandemic, okay, affecting or taking somebody's life that's in my family. That's what I'm more worried about. You know what I mean? I'm more worried. I can't never be more worried about somebody else. besides me or my family. I can't worry about you to the point that I want to dox you. I want to pull up at your house. I can't do that. This ain't that. This ain't the time for all of that. Okay. We have forces outside of our control trying to take us out. Okay. And they ain't even got to pull up at your house. All somebody got to do is breathe on you. Okay. That's how deep it get. Okay, because I truly believe that we are dealing with an alleged, and I'm gonna say an alleged bioweapon. Okay, I'm more worried about that. I did a video, was it yesterday or the day before, talking about young Pharaoh. And I'm sure that and seeing that incident, has been a trigger for a lot of women, right? He went from saying the black woman was God to saying the black woman was B. Okay, and when you hear things like that, let's talk about trauma triggers. The trauma trigger that I want to talk about today, since I circle back around the young Pharaoh, is sometimes some women, I'm gonna say and men, but we're gonna talk about women. A lot of women have dealt with a lot of have gone or dealing with certain type of traumas. They might not have gotten any type of therapy or counseling for, been able to deal with it. I mean, especially when it comes to men. Especially when it comes to men. Say you are an abuse survivor, right? You have had to deal with, this is just an example, right? Because I don't know anybody's personal business. I don't want to know your personal business on YouTube. I don't care. Y'all hit the like button, okay? So anyway, say you are an abuse victim, right? An abuse survivor, right? A domestic violence abuse survivor, right? And you get on the internet. You've never dealt with this issue right here, right? And you hear a man with the amp in the voice, okay, talking, "Hey Sheba, I got your message last night. Thank you for letting me know what was going on, okay? Because y'all know when I log off, I log off, all right? And so, but I do read my messages in studio on my phone, and thanks Sheba, right? So, anyway, like I said, say you're a domestic violence survivor, and you get online, and you never dealt with your trauma. Hey, Ronnie Q. Hey, everybody, right? And you get online and you hear a man with this amp in his voice speaking very derogatorily to and about women. You could be triggered by that, right? And so you could be triggered to the point to where you become angered, you become aggressive, you want to strike back. I mean, if you're hearing it month after month after month, you're gonna, eventually be so aggravated to the point to where it could cause you to want to pull up, right? So we've seen two pull-ups in the past couple of weeks. First we seen Jazzy pull up to Atlanta to somebody to that girl's home. What's her name? The Lady Lie person's home. Now I even seen some people saying that perhaps this is staged. I hope I'm hoping it was staged, but I don't hope it was. I don't hope that it's staged. But the reason why I don't hope that it's staged, because for adults to be acting in this manner and to be taking this stuff is beyond me. You know, and so I'm hoping. And and so anyway, yeah, you're right about that, Ronnie Q. I agree. That was never a good idea, man. Never would I ever come to somebody's house, because you don't never know what somebody has in store for you. My mama told me early on. See, I don't know how people do it upstate or some parts of the world, but when you come to people's house, they can have anything waiting on you. They ain't gotta have a gun waiting on you. They can have a hot pot of water waiting on you to throw it out the door. They can throw some hot Clorox on you. They can throw some acids on you, some hot grits on you, hot grease, hot anything, just right out their door, because you pulled up at their house. Do you see what I'm saying? And also they can have. We saw the guy with the gun. You know, and it's just not. It's not a good situation. Now, I was very disturbed when I saw the video. Hey, Water Sniper, how did Jazzy even? got or get in that neighborhood if she took a Greyhound bus. I have no idea. I don't know, Water Sniper. I don't know. I don't mind sharing. I've been coping with C CPTSD for years. Wow, social media can be treasured. Yes, it can. Yes, and but you got to realize that YouTube is not therapy. Social media is not therapy, and it can be very triggering. And if you feel when you feel like you get ready to have an asthma attack or some kind of anxiety attack, or your chest get tight because of something that you seeing on the screen, it's time for you to log the freak off. Okay, that's what you need to do. You need to log off. You need to leave it alone. Don't let the algorithm drive you crazy, because we know that under the cover of because you're behind the computer screen, a lot of people say a lot of reckless stuff, because they are behind a computer screen, you know. So when you see somebody actually pulling up to somebody's home, you're like, oh my God, you know what I mean? And for some people it's entertaining, and I'm all over the place. Sorry about that, y'all. Um, Not entertaining to me, because I don't, like I said, I don't want to see anybody get hurt because of some words that have been spewed on social media. Now, in Cookie Monster's case, in the other guy's case, in the Jazzy case, these people have been doxxed. Their personal information. I don't know why people always want to call me when I'm on the phone. Y'all, please hit the one if y'all can still hear me. I'm sorry about that. Can somebody please let me know if you can still hear me clearly? Please. I take long breaks from all social media. I detox my mind. Absolutely. When I log off on here, I mentally, absolutely. That's what I do too. Beautiful soul, and y'all can still hear me clearly. Thank you so much. I hate when people call me when I'm doing the video. Okay, it just bothers me. I try to get all my phone calls out before I start my videos. But anyway, that's a pet peeve, y'all. Hey, A class. You can't use stand your ground on other people's property, right? No, not on other people's property. No, you can't. That's for your property. Yes. Now you come to my house, I can use stand your ground in my state. We're a stand your ground state here. You see what I'm saying? But you have to come onto my property, and you have to also be, so many feet, in front of me. You see what I'm saying? Or you have to be breaking in my home. Even if you break in my home, like you got to be so far in my home. Like, say I hear you coming through my window, like the front part of your body got to at least be inside of my window for I defended my home. I'm gonna put it that way, right? So yeah, and I don't know to stand your ground. Yeah, and pose a threat. You know what I mean? And I don't know the definition for posing a threat though, is from person to person, because you can't, you know, me in front of you might pose a threat to you, but me and somebody else may not feel like I'm posing a threat just because I'm standing in front of you. You see what I'm saying? And so you have to be able to prove that the other person was posing a threat. But if you come on my property, I have a right to defend my property. We country down here, okay? We country, all right? We don't want nobody stealing our pigs, our cows, our horses, okay? I don't want you to back no trailer up and steal my dang on farming equipment. We got stuff like that going on down here, right? So I'm just saying. But anyway, I had to laugh about that, because that's the truth, though. You know how many people that have been shot because they done backed up a trailer on somebody's property, thinking they sneaking, and they trying to steal their farm equipment? Child, y'all be surprised. Anyway, let me get back to the subject. But that's the truth though. That's yeah. Uh-huh. Anyway, y'all done make me forgot where I was. So I don't even know where I was. They sure are, Ronnie Q. They sure are. People don't realize how expensive farm equipment is. Okay. Yes, even older model farm equipment is very, very expensive. And people will bust a cap on you about their farm equipment, okay? I know a foreman and his chicken houses were vandalized once. Wow. Wow. It's already hard enough. Y'all making me get off the subject. Anyway, what child? Um, what was I saying? Sandra got his personal body specific. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The castle doctrine is property specific. Absolutely. Against can perform SYG in your home and be justified. You just need a good lawyer to do so. Absolutely, you got to have yourself covered. You know what I mean? That's why I was saying you got to be so many feet here, so many feet there. You got to post a thread. Your body got to be so far inside, and and out of so many feet, and the whole nine. It's a process. Even if they're on your property and you shoot them dead, you got to be able to prove that they pose a threat, all this and all that, right? If somebody comes through your window, you go and shoot them or knock them over the head, leave the body hanging this halfway inside the window, as you're calling the police, make, just let it be there. Let it be at the point of them halfway in your window when the police come, okay? I'm just saying. But anyway, um, people are being triggered, and we are in perilous times. I don't know what I was saying before, y'all. I got sidetracked by the whole farm equipment stuff I was telling y'all about. But let me go back to the video, right? Because it's a perfect example of dealing with a trauma trigger, right? And I was using the example of, now this is not going personally towards anybody. I don't know anybody's personal business or anybody's personal trauma, but I was using the analogy of, say you're a domestic violence survivor and you come online and you're a female and you hear this man speaking out of these derogatory terms, calling you out of your name, putting that amp in the voice, like real bravado. That really triggers some women, even if they've never dealt with the domestic violence issue, you might be triggered by that, right? But like I said, me, not triggered by it at all right? So anyway, so you've been triggered by that situation, and when it comes to, I don't know, um, I don't understand. Oh, let me see how to put this. Um, let me deal with the video, right? So, like I said, I went to Tracy's and I saw the video. I saw Cookie ring the doorbell. I saw ring the doorbell a couple of times. Oh, she looks so cute at 4 o'clock in the morning. Did I say that already? She look cute. And child, and way too pretty for that. I'm just saying, way too pretty for that. Um, and so as she's heading down the stairs, I believe the guy comes out the door with a gun, with a weapon, right? And she's by herself. I mean, I didn't see anybody else in the video. And so, he's talking to her from calling her at, those weak ad hominem attacks. He eventually goes down. He's got the gun in his hand, and he eventually goes down to the bottom of the stairs. He is in her space. Now, see, I don't like people in my space. You're a little bit too close. You need to back up, right? I didn't see her with any type of weapon or anything. Still speaking very disrespectful towards her, and all of this and all that, right? So she did pull up. She went, to the house, and all of this and all that, right? It hurt my feelings because I don't, like I said, I don't want anybody to get hurt. I don't think nothing is ever too deep. You ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. You know what I mean? In this whole world, especially on YouTube, you get online, you talk your stuff. That's all you got to do, right? You ain't never got to go to to anybody's house. But and like I said, it's not safe. You know, Black Beauty says, he got a weapon for a girl. Right? Oh my God, these people are some totally something else. Now, somebody like me, I don't like people in my space. I'm just gonna say it like that. And what you're not gonna do is point your finger at me in my face, whether you got a gun in your head or not. Because like I said, I have anger issues, and disrespect me and think it's gonna be good. That's what we're not gonna do. That's why I don't be moved. when you start to get frustrated, you see what I'm saying? It's time to just log off your device so you don't have to worry about nothing like that, right? Okay? Don't never get triggered by nothing that you hear on YouTube to the point to where, you got to pull up at somebody's house. Don't do that. Yes, on Tracy's page. That's where I saw with it. You know, Gemini 69 says she was in his space. She came to his place of residence. Yes, and that's unfortunate. That's why we're talking about trauma triggers. Now we don't know. Like I said, they've been into it. Um, you know, Zia Morrow says ZX harms people in their personal life. That's why she went there. Well, I understand that they've doxed each other. I understand that he's doxed a whole lot of people, and that can be very triggering. Do you see what I'm saying? And so I just don't want anybody. My issue is getting people to understand the trauma triggers and what's gonna set them off. And before it get to that stage, you got to know when to say when, right? Because what I saw on that video made me scared for Cookie, right? I don't want anybody to get hurt, and I also don't want anybody coming to anybody's home. It ain't got to be that deep because we don't know. We don't know each other personally. Like I don't think they had any type of friendship or any type of anything having to do with any type of anything other than on YouTube. Okay, and so my thing is, how do you go from talking crazy on YouTube to pulling up at somebody's house? All right. And we saw it like it's happening more and more. We saw it with the Jazzy girl. She pulled up at that other girl's house, you know. And why and then my thing about here's the thing about me. Here's my thing, right? If you're going through the trouble to do all this and all that there, who's calling the police? Who now? We got police shooting down black people, black men, and black women in the street like dogs. And you calling the police? That's what we doing? Now we calling the police on each other. Like I said, people move different. Okay? But down here where I live at, if I'm calling the police, it's gonna be after the incident. It ain't gonna be before or during the incident. It's gonna be after the incident. And then I gotta call because they gotta come pick your ass up. Okay? Because I done had to lay you down. Other than that, we good. We good. We good with the popo. We don't fool with these popo down here. I don't know what people do, like I said, in other parts of the country. We don't fool with the popo down here unless we have to. Okay? I'm just saying. But to avoid having to deal with the popo, you should learn to deal with your trauma triggers. Don't be invested to the point to where you gotta dox people. I mean, if you can't take the roast and the gag, and if you can't take somebody saying something about you, I'm not talking about no doxing stuff. I'm talking about going back and forth. Like we are adults, you can't go back and forth online. I talk a lot of stuff. Never would I ever. I done been doxed, okay? But I ain't trying to take no paperwork out on nobody. You know what I mean? I don't have time to go to court. I ain't got time to pull up no paperwork on nobody. I ain't got time to find out where you live, your real name. I ain't got time for that because I got a whole life I got to deal with. Okay? Unless you go knock on my door, you ain't moving me. Okay? And like I said, you call the police after you done had to lay somebody down here. You right, Monroe. Ain't nobody going through all that. I got time. But anyway, move right along. I'm just saying, but before it get to that, okay, just log off the computer. Don't look at the videos. They tell me that man that made videos about me. Do you think I saw one of his videos about me? No. Do you think I'm going to go back and forth with madness? I'm going to say what I got to say. Okay? And the only reason why I did a video about that man in particular the other day is because we had been back and forth on Jay Wilson's panel a couple of times. But nobody is that important to me. I'm not going to go back and forth with you. I don't give a F about you. I don't care what come out of your mouth. And I'm talking, and everybody know that I got a time. My stamina is not amazing. I ain't VS or none of some of these other people on here. Okay? And I have a time limit on my beef. All right? I'm just saying. I don't get invested like that. I don't know you. I don't want to know you. I don't want you in front of me. That's why I said never would you ever see me doing some kind of meet and greet. No disrespect to people that do. A lot of people want to, ain't nothing wrong with a meet and greet. If that's your thing, it's just not my thing. Okay? We cool on the internet. I don't want you calling me on my phone. I don't want you sending me no email. I'm very transparent. We talk in the comment section. When I go live, we talk on here. Sometimes I drop my link. That's enough communication for me. Okay? Because when I log off, I log off. All right? That's as far as I go. That's it. That's all. That's it. It's called having boundaries. I have a lot of boundaries, when it comes to this internet thing. A lot of them. All right? Because I have too many people that I have to deal with in my actual life to be consumed by something that's going on the internet. Do you see what I'm saying? I can't do that. I got a lot of young people in my family that I got to deal with. We're underneath a global pandemic that won't go nowhere. I'm stressed out about my babies in school. Do I let them be homeschooled another year? Do I let them go to the brick and mortar school building? The Delta variant is on the rise. Am I stocking up enough stuff? Like canned goods and water. Am I stocking up enough stuff? Like in case the worst come to worst. I have to worry about stuff like that. My husband go to work every day. He work in the public. I got to worry about him. Other men in my family and women work in the public. I got to worry about them. I don't have time for all of this nonsense. I get on YouTube to get me a good kiki, talk my stuff, cuss somebody out. But to me, real life is scarier than anything I can hear online. And so, like I said, when I see somebody putting themselves in harm's way, okay, for some YouTube stuff, it's time to sit back and realize what type of trauma that you're triggering by listening to this stuff, okay, and deal with it. Because we are in perilous times, okay? We are fighting literal demons, okay? We are in the midst of a spiritual warfare, and people don't even realize it. Did y'all know that they are starting to now make certain? I heard on TV, the government is requiring its workers to take the vaccine. They're requiring it, or you can't work, right? I seen where Google, Facebook, and I think Netflix. I'm looking at the news, right? Are requiring their workers, their in-person workers, to take the vaccine. I guess, or don't come to work or something. Now, a long time, months ago, let me read this because this is the truth. Christina says the lines become blurred when people call jobs and get children taken away. You're absolutely right about that. You should never let it get to that point, Christina, because you can always log off. It's nothing wrong with logging off. You can always do that. That's why a lot of people walking off their jobs. We don't want the government telling us what to do, right? But now they are starting to force people. Now, I talked about this. I still got the video up. I try to put it on my community wall again. Do you see what I'm saying? Because we talked about a bill that was passed. The title of that bill is HR 6666. That is an actual bill, and it's a Contact Tracing Act, right? In which they are, it's enforcing contact tracing. It's enforcing stuff like forced vaccines. You don't want it to get to the point to where we're under martial law. And they're implementing this bill because they didn't pass it for nothing. They're implementing this bill a little bit at a time. They're getting you used to it. They're trying to make it seem like it is the unvaccinated people and children that are spreading this variant, in my opinion. That's the propaganda, when it's not true. Because like I said, I think that possibly we're having to deal with, allegedly, in my opinion, a bioweapon. Okay? That's what I feel like is going on. And that's just my personal opinion. And when it comes to this vaccine and them starting to force you to take it, now everybody do what's best for you. If you feel like you want to take that vaccine, then by golly, take that vaccine. You do whatever you got to do to keep you and yours safe, whatever it is, okay? Whatever you choose to do, you keep it safe. You keep you and yours safe. But when people start demanding that I put some kind of foreign substance in my body, I start thinking about things like spiritual warfare. You see what I'm saying? I'm thinking about, are you shooting something in me that you're going to be able to track me? Do you see what I'm saying? Are you shooting something in me that you'll be able to flip a switch and I flip out? Do you see what I'm saying? Are you giving me the mark of the beast? All right? Are you trying to trick me about my soul? Huh? I get to thinking about that Roman soldier when Jesus was going to get put on the cross, and he asked the person, will you die for him? Or will you die for him? Or will you accept the mark of the beast? I start thinking about stuff like that. Okay? I ain't got time to pull up on you because you don't like me on the internet when I'm in a battle and when I'm in a battle of spiritual warfare. I ain't got time for that. Okay? Absolutely, population control. I don't have time to pull up at your house and be worried about my babies. I ain't got time. Now, there's nothing wrong with escapism, and I come on YouTube for escapism. Like I said, I get on here, I talk my stuff, I get paid. Never have I ever had a job, a part-time job, if you will, that will pay me to cuss a motherfucker out. Never have I ever had a job like that, okay? But I'm starting to even think about that. Because we as a people, in particular, us black people, it ain't us black people, but I'm talking to us black people in particular, are going too far. Somebody's going to get hurt. All right? That man got a gun in his hand at 4 something in the morning on a woman, right? What if the gun would have went off? What if he would have tripped down the steps and shot himself or shot Cookie because he tripped down the steps because he tripped over his flip-flop or something? Okay? Anything can happen when you do stuff like that. It's not safe. Don't do that. Don't make yourself look like a fool out here. Especially this is not high school. We too old to be fighting, offline, trying to pull up at somebody. This ain't high school. You got to have, people got whole families to deal with, and real stuff to deal with, And if you run into somebody that's gonna trigger you like that, especially if you are a female, because that's I'm talking from a female perspective. We know that, if you look at what's going on in the world, you know that the black woman is continuously under attack. Do you see what I'm saying? We are under attack. You know why we are under attack? It's because we were chosen, us melanated black women, to bring forth life on the planet. Okay? We were literally the first. Literally the first. And we are literally going to be the last. But in the meantime, and in the between time, black woman, they try to take you out. They done turned your own man against you. It's not a lot of black men, not all, but it's not a lot of black men that respect or even liked right now by a whole lot of people. Why do you think so many young women are choosing to forego family and a man, children and a man? They're choosing education and career. I talked about this the other day. So if we ain't procreating with our own, you know what I mean? That means we're not building up our community. Our community is gonna go even more stagnant. But what is the alternative? You know, let somebody beat the heck out of you like with impunity, like they used to could do in the old days. And you got a lot of people, like I said, is dealing with the trauma or PTSD from some type of domestic abuse or verbal abuse or something like that. And you don't go get it dealt with. You don't go to therapy for it. Do you see what I'm saying? And so you get on social media and somebody talking crazy, and it's just getting worse and worse, and it'll go to a boiling point, and we see what happened when it goes to a boiling point. What if somebody pull up and actually get hurt, and it actually be filmed? Is that gonna be enough? No, because we done been desensitized by now. You should never put yourself in danger. Never. It ain't nothing nobody can say to me in this whole world that's gonna move me unless I want to move. Do you hear me? Because I am stubborn. And I love myself. I love me. I have to love me first so I can take care of my family. It ain't nobody that I can meet on social media or in the world. Do you hear me? That's more important than my family. That's the only people I'm gonna die for. If you want to activate me, fuck with my family. That's it. That's all. Because I laugh and kiki and ha ha and go back and forth with you forever when it's just me and you. But don't fuck with my family. That's it. That's my trigger. That's my trigger. I just told y'all my trigger. And you got to be physically in front of them. That's what I mean by fuck with my family. I don't mean by saying I know fucking YouTube. Okay? In another motherfucking state because you ain't close to them. That's it. That's all. I'm just saying. And some people are ungrateful. You are, every morning that you wake up, you are blessed somebody, especially in the midst of all this going on with this pandemic. You are blessed. Everything else is extra. Okay? Now, if you want to seek some therapy for your issues, I suggest. And see, another thing the black community don't like to talk about mental illness. It ain't nothing wrong with going to talk to somebody and trying to get yourself together mentally. Because y'all think we going through something now in this world? It's worse stuff that's going to happen in this world. This whole world is getting ready to get turned upside down. They've been telling us about it in these movies forever. This fist is happening right now. It just ain't hit a fever pitch. Well, it's cool, like I said, to get online and do some escapism. But when is it time to log off and get your shit together? Because we're running out of time. That's what I'm worried about. And I didn't mean to get passionate, but after a while, I don't like seeing that stuff, man. I don't like it. I don't like nobody putting themselves in harm's way. Either way, whether you pulling up to somebody's house or you having to open the door because somebody pull up at your house. Either way, I don't want to see nothing like that. You get to the point to where, and then a lot of stuff is ego too. Be careful of that ego, because that ego will get your ass jimmied up, okay? That ego will get you jimmied the fuck up, all right? That ego got you saying, I gotta have the last word. That ego got you saying, I gotta pull up. That ego got you saying, I gotta come out my house with a firearm. That ego is your fucking demon, okay? That ego gonna get you put somewhere you ain't ready to go. That's what that ego gonna do. All right? Don't make no sense. I don't want to see nothing like that no more. I'm not entertaining this conversation anymore. And I'm just saying it for me. I can't tell, people what to do. I can only control what I can do. And what I can control is not watching the nonsense no more. Okay? I'm all good with talking stuff, talking shit, swallowing spit. Ain't that what they say? I'm good with that. Anything besides that? No ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am. I don't know you like it. I don't know you. I don't know you for real. I don't give a damn. I don't care how invested people is on the internet, whatever platform you on. I don't know you like it. All right. I don't know you. I don't want to know you. If I want to know you, I would have met you in real life, not online. I don't know you. Okay? I'm just saying. Don't make no sense. And so, like I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm sorry. I don't want to. You know what? I'm not sorry for being passionate about this because I'm passionate about human life. Do you see what I'm saying? Whether I talk crazy to you or not on the internet, and we know I can cuss a motherfucker, slap the fuck out. Okay. Whether I cuss you out, talk crazy to you, talk nice to you, or whatever, I don't want to see nobody get physically harmed. For real. I really don't. You know. Information said, let's see how long it takes for people to try to use this video to start something between you. It don't even matter. I said what the fuck I said. Cookie is my girl, and she is too pretty to be pulling up at a bum's house that's got a firearm, okay? She ain't that thin skinned. I've said I just what I get something started how. Because I said I want everybody to be safe. I want everybody to be safe. Everybody. Everybody. You got people on here, like saying, like admitting that they got mental illness. But instead of you getting help for your mental illness, like your platform is surrounding your mental illness, instead of you logging off and getting help. Like, where do they do that at? That don't make no sense. Stop allowing yourself to be triggered. Trauma triggers, PTSD, if you will, is playing with your head. It's playing with your head, and it can get you hurt. Do you see what I'm saying? You got to have some value for your own life. And I have never seen there. I've that until I logged on to social media, and it really lets you know how small the world is. But some of the things that I've seen on social media, not just YouTube, I'm talking about on social media, it makes me think that some people don't have any regard for themselves. Okay, and I'm not necessarily talking about a pull-up situation. I'm talking about in general. Some of the things that I have seen on social media leads me to believe that you don't love yourself. You don't have no regard for yourself. That should never be the case. That's unfortunate. You got to love you. You know, you got to love you above anything else. Because if you don't love you and you don't take care of you, how you going to take care of somebody else? I have seen people, sit online like all day long and they got kids. You are blessed somebody if you have a child, you know, in my opinion, you know. And I don't even see he has enough hours in the day to be online all day if you got kids, you know? And so, yeah, it's crazy. I don't understand. Who is this? Now, I don't mind y'all twerking around in my chat, but watch your mouth, okay? For real. Watch your mouth. For real. So, anyway, like I said, Y'all just be careful out here, okay? Like I said, like I said, I'm hoping, it was just like, uh, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, some people was only talking about it was staged or whatever, whatever. I'm hoping it was staged, but then I'm not hoping it's staged. And the reason why I say not hoping it's staged is because you make yourself look like a complete idiot when you do stuff like that, especially as an older adult. You know what I mean? It's like ridiculous. Like, are you taking a look at? Are you seeing what's going on? You know, it's not cool. You ain't got to get out here and perform for no damn body, especially no internet troll, especially for no ego, no bravado. Ain't nobody got to do nothing like that. Come online, talk your ish, go about your business. Stop being invested. That little thing that's in the back of your head making you dock somebody, don't do that. It's too invested. That little thing in the back of your head telling you let me pull up, let me call CPS, let me call the police, let me get paperwork on you. That's too invested. Don't do that. Now we know here in the B sector, we had a dramatic scene when that whole thing happened with VS and the IHOP. You know, we saw it play out in real time, and that really happened. A lot of us saw that, right? That was enough for me. But this right here, this pull-ups and pull-up tours and all of this and all that within a couple of weeks of one another, you know, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. You know, it don't make no sense. Brandishing firearms, it don't make no sense. Why it's got to be all that? We are adults, and then you gonna call the police? Sure. Whew. Hmm. Lady Chia said, I look at it I look at it as our people thinking this is the end game. Log off. I know that's right. Log off, damn it. I know that's right, Lady Chia. People, done fell so far down the rabbit hole to where, I mean, like this, like they're making social media the reality. Social media is not your reality. You know why it's not your reality? Because you can always log off. You can log off and be done. That's why it's not your reality. Hey, View. It's not your reality. Get yourself a hobby. Get yourself an offline hobby. Okay? Put your family first. How would your family act? How would your family feel if something were to happen to you? Especially behind some social media nonsense. I mean, really? So, you really got to think about stuff like that. How did we get to where a device has so much power? You're right about that. I agree with that, Lady T. You know how we got here is because you don't even know, you don't never know what you're really watching behind the screen. You don't know what kind of evil intent is behind what you're watching. And I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about the website in general, the computer screen in general. The subliminal programming in general. You got to pay attention to stuff like that. Got to pay attention. Because like I said, we fighting demons. We ain't fighting flesh and blood. And it's the truth. Corio says folks get triggered, though, when folks dock their families and say, I guess they would get, yeah. But you shouldn't let it get that far. Don't let it get that far. Don't be so invested to the point to where, you know, you feel like you got to dock somebody, or somebody feel like, and there's a lot of thin-skinned people. A lot of people don't like to hear the truth about themselves. A lot of people can't take a roast and a gag. And so that's when people start doxing you or trying to, do humiliating things to you or dox your family or this, that, and the other. It's because you can't take my words. It's happened to me. You can't take my mouth behind a computer screen, so you want to dox me in hopes of finding something that's going to humiliate me about myself, which is not going to happen in my case, but you can try it. but it ain't moving me, you know. But that does move a whole lot of people, you know. But because you can't take my words, and because I can't properly articulate my stance, or I don't feel like I'm saying enough to you in response, that's when all of this stuff starts to go off the rail, you know. But I can properly articulate my stance, and I can cuss you the fuck out and move it right along, and then my soul is cleansed. Okay, okay. That's how I move on social media. And when I log off, I log off. That's it. That's all. But I'm not gonna go behind your back and be triggered by nothing you say about me because you don't know me. Especially to the point where I feel like I gotta get on a bus or take a flight or drive to some other state, you know, to meet somebody I don't know because you said something about me. Really? That's what we doing, and we grown. Child. What they used to say, sticks and stones may break my bones, and words will never hurt me. But some people, words do hurt to the point to where they want to act like this. Cloud said, hey, Cloud said, absolutely, Auntie. This is further proof of who, quote, the God of this system of things. Right, Cloud. Really is. Life is entirely too short for much of the foolishness going on. I absolutely agree, Cloud. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. Yeah, a lot of weirdos on social media, Trenton. It's like all of the crazy people just converged on the internet now. You know what I mean? You know, and so yeah. But you right, me. You risking getting caught. Yeah, we are in the midst of a global freaking pandemic. Like I said, I truly believe that we are dealing with, and I'm gonna say allegedly, and this is just my opinion. This is not a fact. This is my opinion that we're dealing with some kind of bio weapon. Okay? And so, yeah, right, back to the real struggle of life, because that is the real struggle. All right? You don't need it. If you got some kind of death wish, let me tell you what you can do if you got a death wish. Okay? Go outside. You ain't done took the vaccine or nothing. Go to a heavily populated area with a whole lot of people that don't have no no mask on, you know, and just stick around there for a while, real close to folks and stuff. And more than likely, you're going to come down with that virus. And then there you go. There you go. That's all you need. Okay? Shoot. Corio said folks don't realize Satan rules the earth. That's right. It's up to us to resist sin. Absolutely. It's up to you to keep yourself safe. Yeah, like Walmart. You right about that, Sheba. Go on Walmart without a mask on or something, you know. And you ain't took the vaccine or nothing like that. It appears mental illness is the new normal. I know that's right, Snazzy. But this COVID has messed with a lot of people's mentals too. But a lot of this stuff, honey, has been going on before we had to deal with a global pandemic. You see what I'm saying? And so yeah, you know. But yeah, if you got some kind of death wish, like Sheba said, go on Walmart without a mask on, without being vaccinated. You get your wish. Uh-huh. You'll get your wish. You ain't got to worry about a gun or none of that. You ain't got to worry about arguing. You ain't got to worry about pulling up. You got to worry. Go to Walmart unvaccinated without a mask on, and there you go. That's all you need. Uh-huh. Okay? This didn't prove strength at all. I was afraid. I was afraid too, Lady T. That's the only reason why I'm talking about it. Y'all hit the like button, please. The only reason why I'm doing the video, I don't went into preaching because it ain't. I don't. I was scared for every. I was scared for that man. I was scared for Cookie. I was scared for the Jazzy girl when she went to the what is the other girl? I was scared for her. I don't want to see nobody going out like that. That's embarrassing. Like, why would you do that? We got to. You got to learn how some chill about yourself. You know, log off sometime. Grow, make your skin be thicker. You know, or something. I don't know. I don't know what you got to do. It's not my world. Like I don't know. I just want everybody to be safe at the end of the day. You know, come at the bushes with that one. The first round of COVID didn't kill enough. Right. Now they put out come through, Peach Fuzz. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, we got some real stuff going on. Anytime you get the CDC, I told y'all that thing from the CDC about, how to prepare for a zombie apocalypse and all of this and all that. You know what I mean? And they was being flip about it, but they was telling the truth about how you should, have these certain supplies and stuff, in case like the grid goes down, or anything, our food supply, is being tampered with, for whatever reason. People got to wake up and see what the hell's going on for real. And all of this escapism in the world is not gonna stop this stuff from coming to your door. It ain't gonna stop it. It's gonna happen. You're gonna be affected. I don't care how long you stay online and argue and all this and all that, you're still gonna be affected. So it don't make no sense. They brought out the vaccine, the freaking thing replicated again. It got stronger to where we now at this Delta variant. They come out with an even stronger vaccine, the thing will replicate again and be even stronger than that vaccine. Can y'all peep game and see what's going on here? Ain't nobody got time to be arguing with nobody online, honey. Okay? No, you need to be building up your supplies, making sure your family's safe and well and protected. We can't even afford for this country to be shut down anymore. That's how deep it gets. But then you got people fighting. I don't want the government telling me that I have to wear a mask. Let me tell you something. The government should not have to tell you to put on a mask. You ain't got sense enough to save your damn self. The government should not have to tell you to put on a mask. You should want to put on a mask just because you want to. Okay? The hell? But see, that's a form of denial. And it's a form of unearned privilege too. Okay, because like I said, I live in the South. And down here where I live in my state, you have a strong Trump supporter base, right? So you got a lot of people running around fighting a mask mandate, right? They don't want the government telling them that they have to wear a mask. Do you realize that you're not fighting the government? Do you realize that you are putting yourself in harm's way, and you are being willfully ignorant because you want to say, "Oh, I don't believe that the virus is real. I don't believe this." And then you end up in the hospital on a ventilator, respirator, whatever they call it, and then you're dead because you heard somebody say that it wasn't for real, and now you know it's for real. You don't want the government telling you to put on a mask, and now you're dead. It don't make no sense to me. Nobody should have to tell you to put on a mask, whether you done had the vaccine or not. Because we've all seen it on the news where even if you get the vaccine, you can still, come down with the COVID. It can still, you can still get sick. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense to me. But I have to worry about the government telling me to put on a mask when I go in the store. It's common. It should be common sense. I don't need to. I'm not worried. I don't need the CDC to tell me nothing like that. I'm doing that irregardless to what anybody say. I don't give a damn if I'm in the store and I'm the only one in the store with a mask on. You best believe I'm gonna have my mask on. Okay. I don't care if you looking sideways at me. It don't matter to me at all. I'm wearing mine. Okay? It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Common sense. Let's lose a little common sense right here. Leave that unearned privilege alone. Just cause you say it ain't true, don't mean it ain't true. Cause the proof is all around you. Take care of yourself. These are the things that I worry about. You see what I'm saying? These are the issues that I'm wanting to deal with. And like I said, I'm gonna find that video and I'm gonna put it on my community wall again about that contact tracing act, that bill, that HR 6666. I'm gonna put that on the community wall. Y'all be looking out for that video. Because I actually showed the bill and we broke it down. See, some folks don't be worried about the right stuff. They'll be saying I'm vaccinated, but I'm still wearing a mask in public. I absolutely agree. I've had the shot, and I'm willing to get the booster shot. Right. Now, common sense told us that this thing was gonna be something like like the flu. How you got to get your flu shot every year, and so now people are talking about the booster shot. But common sense should have told people that I'm probably gonna have to get this once a year. At least once a year. Hopefully not twice, but at least once a year, like the flu shot. Because that's here to stay. It's here to stay. Unfortunately, it really is a new normal. The new normal is you protecting yourself from this thing that's done to sit on this earth. They were hoping for herd immunity. They're still hoping for herd immunity. The reason why herd immunity is not happening is because I don't think that this is a nature born. This is my opinion, just my opinion now. The reason why we're not getting any type of herd immunity is because I don't think this is a nature born virus. That is the reason why. And when you get the vaccine is to help build up your immune system, right? And so hopefully they're hoping that if everybody is vaccinated, we will start to build up some type of herd immunity. But I disagree. Because I think that I feel in my heart, and this is just me, that this is not a nature-born virus. I don't think no rat bit no pig. Somebody ate the pig, and now we all dealing with this. I don't think that happened. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I got a right to my own opinion. Okay, this is how I feel about it. And so, yeah, that's how I feel about it. Lady Chi said, January 29th, my 34-year-old cousin caught COVID 1 month later. 1 month later, may she rest in peace. Wow. Sorry about that, Lady Tia. And so that's just how I feel about it. These are the things that I think about, y'all, right? And so it's and I'm not even entertained by people putting themselves in harm's way. That's not entertaining to me. You see what I'm saying? And so I really just had to come on and speak about this. And let people know that perhaps you got some kind of trauma triggering going on, some kind of PTSD that's never been dealt with going on, and that's what's making you trip out like that. What's making you be so invested, when it comes to certain things on social media. You know what I mean? Perhaps your thin skin may be a little thin, and that's why you dox people and want to pull up and want to call CPS and the police and the restraining order and the cease and desist and the blah, 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 blah. Perhaps you have to ask yourself, what part have I played in all this drama? Because like I said, I nut up on you real quick. I don't give a damn. When I'm done, I don't give a damn in the first place, but I don't even give a damn to the point to where I was shut down. I was shut down, and there will be that on that. I turn you invisible. More people need to start learning how to turn people invisible. Okay? You know, my mama always used to get on me about uh the way that I was able to do certain things, disconnect to certain situations. Do you see what I'm saying? And so, but I got that turning somebody invisible. I got it down to a science, okay? I'm just saying, you know. You can always log off of your device. Because can't nobody reach through that computer screen and force you to keep clicking on them videos. And especially if somebody is saying something very antagonistic or very triggering to you, you can always choose not to look at those videos. And you can always choose to log off your device for a while. You all view, yeah, I'm real good at it. Real good. Real good. Uh-huh. Real good at it. Sure am. I hold memorial funerals for irrelevant people all the time. I heard that, beautiful soul. I heard that. You know. So anyway, I hope that like I said, I wasn't trying to disrespect anybody, but this was a wonderful this was a wonderful excuse to talk about trauma triggers. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people are not mentally stable on social media. Okay? you know, and so yeah, I think a lot more people are coming undone, via this pandemic. It's a lot of stress, and we continue to see mass shootings and all this and all of that. Excuse me, and it's just crazy. Pay attention to what's going on around you. You know, so it's crazy. I read that was it Angel something channel? Yeah, the times are making people become undone. People are not, not I don't know. Like it's starting to set people out. I think there are people a lot of people are afraid for whatever reason. I seen something on the news and I was looking at it vaguely. Evidently, and I hadn't heard of this movie. This is what I heard, but I think I heard anyway. There's a movie that came out called The Forever Purge or something like that, right? And some guy went in the movie theater and shot in the movie theater at that movie. And he said, what? He said, what was that he said? He wanted to make himself known, or it was something real weird that he said. It was just real weird. What he had said about it. You know, I was like, what the world is going on? But yeah, we seen all these mass shootings and a whole lot of stuff. He shot the movie first. Yeah, yeah. What did he? I can't. I'm talking and I forgot what he said, but that caught my attention about what he said. The reason why he did what he did. What did he say? Yeah, those purge movies are crazy. And then they also, if you're paying attention to them, child, what are those purge movies trying to warn us about? You know what I mean? And so, yeah, that happened in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know where it was, Lady Chill. Like I said, I was, listening to the news, and I'm fixing my coffee in the process, and my ears puckered up because it said something about this movie thing and a mass shooting. And so, but it was something that they said. He said that really tweaked my earlobe, and I forgot what it was, but it can, Chlorio Lover. That's why they keep showing it. Uh-huh. Absolutely. You know. Absolutely it can happen. Yeah. Videos of deaths recorded online can cause PG. Absolutely, Mia C. Absolutely. And it can also, especially in our community, we always having to deal with somebody being shot down, and certain communities are really violent and crazy to live in. That's very desensitizing, and you have to ask yourself, are they trying to desensitize me or my young people, you know, and so yeah, if they desensitizing our young people, it's gonna be nothing for them to see a body on the street, you know. And so it's real crazy, you know. And so I just don't know. I just don't know. You just have to guard your heart, guard your soul, you know. And they're giving off a lot of distractions. You know, like when they go to talking about these aliens and stuff, I think that's a distraction. There's a whole lot of distractions going on around here. A whole lot of stuff to throw people off going on around here. You know, people need to pay attention to that too. You know, when have you ever known the mass media, the head propaganda machine, you know, to be speaking seriously about UFO sightings and aliens, and they done set up whatever it is down the what some kind of exploration thing down on Mars and all this here and all that. Child, no ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am. You know, things are absolutely going to get worse. They're absolutely going to get worse. I agree with that. Uh huh. Yep. 24 hours. Well, all crime is legal. Really, that's that movie is really about a form of population control. You know those purge movies. You know it's like a dystopian society. As far as the movie goes, and was it once a year or whatever they make it legal for, is it like half a day or 24 hours or 12 hours or whatever it is. You can loot, you can kill, you can do whatever you want. It's a free for all for so many hours. They make that noise, they sound that alarm, to get it started. And all hell break loose. And when they sound the alarm again, you're supposed to stop, which is unrealistic, but you're supposed to stop. That's a form of population control. Think about it. You know. So yeah, yeah. So yeah, Miss Hardy said, fear shows up in a lot of different costumes. That's right. Anger, irrational behavior, stuff. Absolutely, absolutely. Eyes wide shut. That's another good one. Cynthia. Uh huh. You're right about that. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Uh huh. That's right. I agree with that. We got to pay attention to what's not being said. That is facts. That's why you have to learn how to critically think for yourself. I look at the news, all the time. And I try to think about, like you said, what are they not saying? And they'll say something and it'll tweak my interest, and I go do me some research, you know? And so yeah, yeah. I don't know if this is the time for that, but at Star Tracer, no disrespect. What's going on, Cloud? Did you block them? If they said something disrespectful, you can block them. Well, I don't even have to tell you that, but yeah, I see you giving a warning, and I didn't see the comment or whatever that you're talking about. If you think it needs to be blocked and deleted, please do so. You know how we move around here. But anyway, y'all, I guess I get off here. And yeah, like I said, this video was not to disrespect anybody. This video was me doing commentary on what I saw. This video is not trying to tell somebody how to move through these YouTube streets, move through their online life or offline life. You know what I mean? This is just me. Um, it's just me. You know, maybe wanting to say something. If I could just help one person, you know what I mean, about being able to recognize. That's right, Lady T, Minority Reporter. That's another one. Be able to recognize trauma triggers, and PTSD, you know, and mental illness, you know, and so this video wasn't meant to be messy, like I said, or disrespectful, but I just could not let the day go past and not speak about these trauma triggers and speak about the fact that I don't want to see nobody get hurt for real. You know what I mean? I don't want nobody pulling up to nobody's house. I don't want nobody brandishing firearms. And we got too much real stuff to deal with in this world right now, in my opinion. Now, it's absolutely up to you what you choose to do, but this is just my commentary and my opinion. Okay? So what's going on for real right now? You know, it's cool, like I said, for escapism, but when escapism goes offline and it starts to actually affect your personal life, it's time to log off. You know, thanks, Sharice. Yeah, if you ever seen the whole video, y'all, please, please, do the replay gang thing for me. I appreciate it. And please hit the like button if you haven't hit it already. I'm gonna get off of here, y'all. They just said movies be telling us what's up the government. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Lady Tia. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Even that movie, the reason why the movie's so popular in the survivalists, they love those Walking Dead movies. Cause what happen what happens when the grid goes down? What do you do? How do you move? Can you provide for yourself when there are no stores open anymore? You know, do you got to take care of yourself? You know, do you got to hunt? Do you know how to fish? You know, have you tried to at least stock up on some supplies? You know, things can become so dire in this world to where what we see is a money won't even be relevant anymore. You see what I'm saying? You just have to fend for yourself straight up. We've seen a lot of people have a. I love The Walking Dead, you know, because you gotta watch. You know, in the Walking Dead series, if you ain't never seen it, they barter and trade, with items and stuff. Money has no place. You know, you know, there's no more economic system or nothing. You got to fend for yourself. You know, and so yeah, you can't go to the store and buy nothing. You know, you got to catch it and cook it, catch it, clean it and cook it, or grow it. You know, and so yeah. All of that stuff. A lot of people be talking down on spam and Vienna sausage, but when tragedy hits, they be wishing they had cans of those in their cabins. Absolutely, it's a non-perishable good. Absolutely, and it tastes like some sort of meat. Everybody ain't no vegetarian, so absolutely, I bet you won't be complaining. If something like that actually does happen, you got to fend for yourself. Ain't nobody gonna be complaining about no Viennas and no spam. You got that right now. That's a fact. That canned stew and all of this and all that. Thank you, Chlorio Lover. Your canned vegetables and then that, yeah, you just gotta fend. You just gotta do what you gotta do, and get yourself a handheld can opener or two. You know what I mean? Forget the electric can opener. That ain't gonna work no more if they got no power. If the power grid go down, your electric can opener ain't gonna work. But buy you one of them handheld can openers. Shoot. I know that's right, as you go, right, Miss O. I know what you're saying. People on social media just talk a lot of stuff on folk as if they can't get out. That's true. You know, nobody's coming to save us. Save yourself. You got that right, Lady Tia. You got that right. You got that right. You better save yourself. Stock up on your water. Do the best you can. I've been stocking up. We talked about this at the height. Now, Lady T and Cloud, or maybe Snazzy Girl. A lot of my long time, followers, people that click on me, been clicking on me for years. Like I said, Lady T and Cloud. We started talking about this global pandemic before it hit the United States. I think February. They were saying, well, yeah, they started telling us over here in the States about the pandemic. We was talking about it back in February of November, you know, and then come to find out that the United States government knew about it as early as November, you know, and maybe even before. They started closing down stopping access for other parts of the world and all of this and all of that. We was already talking about it. A couple of people's already talking about it because we knew it was coming our way. I was saying it back then: stock up on your goods and stuff. Start stocking up your toilet paper, all of this and all that. Start stocking up. Start stocking up. You know, due to this pandemic, the scary part is people and families are so divided. Absolutely. 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 But I'm telling you, if you got family and you get along with your people, even if you don't get along with your people, it eventually, you're gonna have a tribe to survive, okay? You're gonna have a tribe to survive. Don't fool yourself. Don't fool yourself. We come on and we talk about it. It's good for us to talk about, and we should talk about, how to improve our community as melanated people, right? And then you got to turn around and think about individual survival when it comes to, this zombie apocalypse, okay, if you will, this pandemic. If the grid goes down, you got to start thinking about individual survival, okay? Survival of your family. That's why you should be prepared. All right. All right. People talk a whole lot of stuff about, like old cars and old trucks and stuff. I have never been able to get rid of my dad's old truck, and it's gas power, and it's old, but it's made to last forever. And I got to thinking, hey, that might be the future transportation for this family, okay? Because you got all these smart cars and stuff like that. No, that truck still got a carburetor in it, okay? I'm just saying. But the only problem with that would be, where I'm gonna find the gas? Oh, child. If we lose a grid, that means ain't no electricity. You gotta try to siphon gas from somewhere. Child, I cannot. But baby, this stuff that what we gonna have to get the horse and buggy? Is that But that's all the stuff I'm telling you. I sit up at night and I think about a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Right? Cynthia, walk. Child, honey, the Matrix, honey, the Matrix. But when it comes to this computer stuff, I think that is to keep people hypnotized and in the Matrix. You know, keep you pacified so that you won't see what's how the world is crumbling around you. That's what the Matrix is in my in my opinion. You know, and so yeah. And why the I know that's right, Lady Tia. I know that's right, Snatch Girl. You know, and your firearm, you're gonna have a means to protect yourself too. So when I'm telling you to stock up on your supplies, I'm saying stock up on those types of supplies as well. You know, you use your firearm to hunt with. If you don't know how to use a bow and arrow, you know what I mean? You need your firearm for that. You need your firearm for protection, you know, and all of that. You don't need your firearm to worry about some little petty stuff that's going on right now. Wait till the mess hit the fan, you know, because it's coming. It's going to get worse. Y'all mark my word. It's going to get worse. Sure is. It's going to get worse before it get better, you know. Girl, yeah, but bowing out, yes. Let me tell you something, Mia. They've got high-powered bow and arrows that will cut through you. worse than a bullet. Okay, if you know how to use them. That some of them you gotta the pull back in them is so strong that if you don't have a firm arm, it ain't gonna work for you. Yeah, or some of them got little switches on the side where you pull it back and then I guess you aim it and shoot. Child, those things are very very difficult. It ain't like I ain't talking about cowboy and Indians bow arrows that we see on TV. I ain't talking about them kind. Don't worry, Miss O. Who made the U.S. tanks operating on coconut? Wow, coconut rinds. Wow, wow. If worst comes to worst, animals will be on the hunt. Yeah, 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 yeah. You're right about that. I talked about that show that they used to have on TV called The Zoo, where the animals caught some kind of virus. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah. Uh huh. Thank you, Cloud. Cloud said before Christmas, I remember the porch watchers talking about C19 of you always been talking about current events. Yeah, and preservation. Thank you, Cloud. Yeah, you're right. I was like, y'all get ready because it's coming. It's coming. You know, I just have a bat and a will to live. I know that's right, BLC. Come through, honey. I know that's right. Bye bye. Child. When that fight and flight is triggered, it's amazing what you can do. Okay. So yeah, I feel you. Honey, Miss O, we talked about the devil's advocate, but yes, go back and look at the scene when he revealed who he was and listen close to what he said. Okay, okay, Sheba. Yeah, we talked about the devil advocate movie in the last video. Absolutely. Yeah, crossbow. You hunt deer with a crossbow, Curry K. That's what I'm talking about. A crossbow, not not the. I was calling it a bow and arrow, but thank you, Queen of the South. Thank you. Hey, Spiller boy. I was talking about the crossbow. Absolutely. Spiller boy says correct. They had one of those bow and arrows on AHS this week's episode. Really? Episode American Horror Stories. This episode powerful as heck and still arrow. Yes, yes, you're right, Spiller boy. Those things are high powered. They'll cut to you like worse than a bullet. And so yeah, I've seen people shoot them, and so yeah, it's not like the Cowboys and Indians born arrows. You're right about that, Spiller boy. But like Curry said, they call it a crossbow, and those things are some of them are very very expensive, and you really got to know how to use those weapons, because that is a weapon as well. And so yeah, 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 and you don't have to buy bullets for that. You just got to have your arrows and keep up with them. And so yeah, I don't know how to shoot a crossbow at all. Bow and arrow, crossbow, none of that at all. But I've seen it done. It's amazing, really, to me. I'm like, wow, wow, child. I know that's right, Snazzy girl. Yes, Snazzy girl. That's what you saying. I was grabbing waters and yeah, absolutely. Y'all stock up. We have to think about surviving, not looking for trouble to get in. I know that's right. It's going to get real around here. For real. It's gonna get worse, like I said before it get better. And what and I'm gonna do a video. Now I'm not gonna give no time limit, but and I know nobody don't like to talk about the Bible or whatever, whatever. We know it's a book of allegory, but when it comes to that book of Revelations, baby, are y'all seeing signs and wonders that these folks told us about long time ago? Are y'all starting to see these signs and wonders? How many seals done been broken? We dealing with disease and pestilence, and we dealing with nation fighting against nation. The sons fighting against fathers, daughters fighting against mothers. I mean, woo! I'm telling y'all, spiritual warfare is a real thing. It's a real thing. You know. Oh, everybody calling me a C, me a S. But yeah, man, it's just real stuff going on around here. For real. Oh no. It's towards the end. What? I mean, like, have y'all been paying attention? So yeah. Yeah. Just to even say the word make the hair stand up on the back of my neck, and I ain't even lying to you. Folks worried about past 6 instead of last days. Great in the great. I know that's right, Claude. I agree. I agree. I mean, it's real stuff that we got to deal with around here, right around about now. In case nobody ain't paying attention, but like I said, folks like to deal with escapism. They believe if they don't think about it, eventually it's gonna go away. It ain't going nowhere. Okay. Okay, Snazzy Girl, thanks for joining us. That's right. This is hot as I'll get out, y'all. The heat index has been at least 100 around where I live at for the last couple of days. You know, Miss O. I do remember you saying in a video last year, a few videos after Kobe, when you did that, you found it strange that we knew about the virus months before. Yeah, months before. Yeah, they got into the yes, absolutely. But way before they started announcing that it was already here, we already knew about it. You know what I mean? We knew it was coming, but they still wasn't closing borders. They still had flights going everywhere back and forth. You know what I mean? It was too much going on. They just shut it down. You know what? Maybe it wouldn't have made a difference anyway, but I just found it very strange. I found it very strange. Uh huh. 17-year-old that killer. No. Oh my god. Oh wow. Oh wow. No, I didn't hear about this, Sharice. Oh, you talking about the devil advocate Sheba? I'm gonna go back. I'll go back and find it and look at it. I sure will. Uh huh. Oh, was you found it on HBO Max, Sharice? Cool, cool. Y'all, Sharice said she found the devil advocates movie that we was talking about on the last video, on that young Pharaoh video. Sharice said she found it on HBO Max. That scene is named "The Speech About God." Okay, okay, Sheba. You know it's been so long since I seen it. I clearly don't remember. You know what I mean? Verbatim what was going on. The only thing I can quote on, the only there's a couple of movies I can quote and remember the speeches and the what. It's a couple of them. Only a couple, child. Only a couple. Color Purple being one of them, of course. You told Harpo to beat me. Girl, child ain't safe for the family of means. And all this and all that. So, so yeah, child. It is a classic, right, Chris? Yep, yep. Yes, Al Pacino in it. I think. Yeah, yeah. Al Pacino. He's the devil and devil advocate. Uh huh. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Chlorio, you got it right. Yeah, yeah. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here. And like I said, this video was not to be offensive. Hopefully, I gave some people something to think about when it comes to triggers. Trauma triggers, because that was my intention. And I gave my commentary about what I think about people pulling up and a whole bunch of other stuff. And so that's pretty much all I got to say about it. Like I said, I mean no disrespect to anybody. Cause it ain't got nothing to do with me, but it's got something to do with all of us when you put it on the screen and let people know about it. You know what I mean? Everybody got a right to comment on it, and that's all I was doing. This has been a very good afternoon dialogue. Thank you, Peach Fuzz, and conversation, Miss O. You do a fantastic job interacting with. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. You have a great day too, Chlorio. You stay safe too, love. But anyway, like I said, guys, I'm gonna get off here. You guys have a nice rest of your day, okay? And yeah, y'all be safe and stay hydrated because it is extra hot where I live, okay? Thank you, Black Beauty. you know, and just try to guard your spirit. Guard your spirit. God, thank you, Monroe. Guard your heart, guard your soul, because we are literally in the midst of a spiritual warfare, and it's being fought on many fronts. Do you see what I'm saying? And on this social media thing, it's one of the fronts that we are undergoing. We are having to deal with spiritual warfare. And so just peep game and check out what's going on in the real world. you know. And so I love you guys. I'm gonna talk to you guys later. If you haven't seen the beginning of the video, please do the replay game thing and go check it out. Maybe you'll hear something that could be of some benefit to you. Especially when it comes to, like I said, triggering traumas and how to deal with it. But the most important thing, in case I didn't say it, is you can always find you somebody to talk to. You don't have to deal with trauma triggers and PTSD on your own. And if it's too much on YouTube, just simply or any social media, you can always turn your device off, okay? Turn your device off. I'm always taking me mental health breaks. You see what I'm saying? Always, And there's so much stuff going on in the world right now to where I have to take a whole lot of mental health breaks from not only from social media, but from what's going on in this real world, you know. And so, yeah, it just is what it is. But anyway, like I said, I love you guys. Please hit that like button on your way out the door if you haven't already. Please consider hitting that subscribe button. And you can hit that share button. I appreciate that too. But I love you guys. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being so interactive. And I'm going to talk to you guys later. Bye bye. Peace.